Hey, what up, channel family? Hope you are doing super, 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 super duper. Welcome back, friends. Welcome back, friends, to another episode of This Channel Doesn't Have an Episode Name. I appreciate you joining me today, and boy, look, I'm bundled up. I'm bundled up. Got sweaters and stuff, cause like, yo, it's cold in California. It's cold. Finally. But I'm trying to, it's going to be good to help me prepare because in November, I am not going to be able to put up any videos because I am traveling for work. I'll be headed to Bromley. It's a part of London in the UK. And yeah, going to be gone for the month, more or less. Uh, it's a pretty action-packed work trip, so I don't know if I'm going to be taking my toys with me this time. And if I did, it would be the furthest place where I've taken a toy with me on like a trip or something. But by the way, check out Homie in the background. If you guys watch the channel, you probably saw me preview this dude in another video. But you are looking at two Ractonites, two Paleotrexes, one Wingfinger. There we go. Yeah, and he's all like two-headed monster kind of like and stuff. He's not crazy posable, but I mean he's all right. He's all right. I mean I think a lot of my stuff sometimes they're statues, sometimes they're posable figures or whatever. But yeah, check him out. Check him out. It's a front shot. Pretty cool, right? Like I feel like everything kind of like really fits well together. Um, he reminds me of the two-headed ogre, the orc from Warcraft, or even the wasn't there two-headed monster on like Sesame Street or something? Yeah, and all this stuff I can like kind of clean up, but this is what the back looks like. Um, right. I think the arms are interesting. Look at this one. It just looks like a hollowed out bone arm. You see it? Yeah, it's just like all hollowed out, just like structure, and the other side is like all spears and all different. Yeah, I've been messing more around with like asymmetry and stuff. And I think it's cool. Yeah, I think it's cool. And so, yeah, how about I break them down for y'all today? And remember, one more time, I'm going to be gone mostly for all of like almost probably all of November. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I like honestly, I want to record some videos in advance and put them here for y'all to see. But dude, I'm so swamped right now. I'm so swamped, and I really do hope that I get to tell y'all what I'm actually doing. But okay, let's break them down for you. I think the easiest things that stand out are probably I'm gonna just remove the arms, and so this is the right arm with little pieces of paper in there to tighten up the fit. I don't know if it's a result of me just constantly plugging stuff in and out, in and out, in and out. But some of the builds have gotten loose. But when I have them interact with some of the other builds, they seem completely fine. So I don't know. Sometimes I think it's just I mess with them too much, or sometimes it's just they're like that out of the factory. But okay, see, you can see this little little piece of paper that just fell out right now. So this is the first arm, the right arm, and the way it's made, it's at the top. You have the Ractonite head, and you have two Paleotrex skulls plugged into its crown. There'll be a loose fit, and so just tighten it up with some paper. And look, when they're plugged in, their little ears are touching. I think that's kind of cool. It's like the perfect spacing. So yeah, pretty rad. So you got the rack face plugged into the paleo blade, the axe blade, and here you have the wing thigh, and that's plugged into the wing pterodactyl face with the combiner face still on. And then what you do is you open up the mouth. Yeah, you open up the mouth, and I mean, I guess you don't have to. I thought it was cool. Sorry. So over here is the wing calf, or thigh, and then this is the lower half of the wing finger. It's the lower torso, and these right here, these are like the hip connectors, but instead you're plugging in the forearms. Yep. What's that? Oh, never mind. Plug in the forearms. You plug in the two Paleotrex tails at the end of the forearms, and you have their bucklers here. And then you got this cool. I don't know. I kind of like it with the mouth open. Um, you got this cool kind of like stabby weapon, and that's his right arm. Yep. His left arm. Left arm. Dude, I remember, yeah, I took Spanish when I was coming up. Yo, a Spanish name that I could never say. I mean, if I say it in English, I can say it, but I can't say it in like the Spanish pronunciation, and that is Rodrigo. Yeah. If I say it in English, Rodrigo, that's fine, but to roll the R, Rodrigo, can't do that. Still can't do that. Rodrigo. Yeah, that was not that bad, but yeah, can't do that. Um, my tongue just doesn't have that fluidity or whatever, flexibility. Up here, this is the left arm, the bone arm. This is the rack hip covering. Down here is another rack hip covering. So right over here, it's threaded and it is plugged into the thigh or the calf of Paleotrex, right? And the calf, the heel basically plugs in right there. You see that? To the center part. And then you have the hip connectors extend down, and then you plug those into the small rack legs. The little knee connectors back here for the small rack legs, they don't connect into anything. It just looks like they do. And then you extend them down, and then you plug the Paleotrex calves into the heels of the small rack leg, and then fold down those two little pegs that you can fold down from the Paleotrex calf, and then plug in the wing thigh to basically lock it in piece. Yeah, and that way everything's like really secure because two locking mechanisms over here. And then at the bottom you just angle these down, and then at the heels you plug in the other hip covering, and that is the left arm. Yeah, right arm, left arm, off the screen. Um, let's take a look at the torso and the legs. These are pretty unique. The legs probably more so, and but here, the way this is connected is that these two torsos are connected to the Wingfinger top torso. And look, I'll show you. I'm just going to pop them off. Boop, boop. Great. So in order to have the top part made, you just basically have two of the Ractonite bodies. In the middle, you have the Paleotrex blade connecting them at the shoulder port. Angle that back. And then from the back of their heads, I just said it was a power source, but I mean, you can use your imagination. You have the two small rack legs plugged into the body from the peg on the heel. You fold them down, and then you have them plug into the rack hip connector, and that doesn't connect to the blade. It just sits there, and so that's the torso, right? The lower half of the body, really interesting, I think. It's a little bit different than the stuff that I commonly make. But this is the crux. This is the middle piece, the keystone, or whatever it is. First, you can start out, you can just remove the legs entirely. The legs are connected to okay, yeah, the keystone, like I said, is the Wingfinger top torso. And if you know these biceps, they have two little holes on the inner side, and the legs are basically plugged into that. Sorry, it's falling. All the stuff is falling all over the place. I'll fix it up in just a second. Okay. So this is what the torso looks like. The torso connector. You have the Wingfinger body with the wing spears kind of like plugged in at the bottom. And it just looks like this. Like that, okay? Then the other side, you have the Ractonite dino face, and you have one of the Paleotrex calves plugged in with the heel plugged into the mouth of the rack. And you take that neck peg and you plug it in right there. All right? And you kind of center it up. And these two holes that you basically see on the side, that is where you plug in the leg piece. Like that. And then it's the face kind of like hugs the side, which I think is really cool. But I'll show you. Oops. I'll show you what the legs look like in just a second. Okay. Whoops. This fell out. Huh. Some of the paint chipped off. It's alright. Okay. So this is the leg. And the way the leg is made, so this is the thigh. And that thing is going to be the thing that connects into the little hole inside the Wingfinger torso, the connector part. And so it's the top of the Paleotrex tail, not the tip, but the part that connects to the body. Then you have the Paleotrex thighs sandwiching it. One rack end of the tail plugged into the knee peg behind the thigh of Paleotrex. Have that come down, and that middle piece will plug into the dinosaur face of Paleotrex, right? Let me take these bits off. And then you have one of the Paleotrex legs plugged in the back to form the heel, like so. That's a really good config. I think that's a really good leg. Yeah. One more time. Top of the tail, thighs, dino face, dino claw, rack tail. Okay. And then on each of the sides, you have one big rack leg, and you have another big rack leg. Here, hold up. I'm going to mess this up if I don't look at this, because I'm going to plug it into the wrong side. Yeah. So one big rack leg plugged into the Paleotrex claw foot thingy. And you just plug that right there, and that's going to be heel support. Same thing on the other side. You have the big rack leg, and then it's plugged into the Wingfinger foot, and you kind of orient it so that the feet kind of look similar, and how the little spear, the little small Ractonite horn, kind of looks like that heel peg, and so yeah, it looks pretty symmetric. And that's how the legs look. Just give me a second. Where is homeboy? Where did I put him? Oh, okay. Let's assemble everything back together. Okay. So we're going to plug that piece in here and just angle that outward. Plug that piece in there. Just kind of angle that out. Yeah, and then when you plug in the body, that's going to determine actually how wide you can keep that particular stance. Oh yeah, so I got to narrow it up a little bit. See that? See how everything is kind of like choke, choke, choke? Like fit into place? Choke, choke, choke. Yeah, get that guy in there. And get that guy in there. And yo, boom, 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 Boomhauer, boom, boom, boom. Yo, that's our man right there. That's our man right there. It looks good, huh? I think he looks great. Dude, I wish I had an infinite amount of like Fossilizer parts so that I could just put all of my creations on display. I would love that so much, but it would cost so much money. Hopefully Hasbro sees one of these videos one of these days and goes, yo, look at this guy making crazy things with their toys. Let's send him all the parts. That would be my dream. But for now, my dream is fulfilled by having y'all joining me and watching this stuff, or at least one of my dreams is. And so thank you so much. I've always wanted to do this kind of YouTube thing to share my toys and talk with like-minded members. And I'm so very happy to have a platform that allows me to do this, and so very happy to have channel members who I can interface with and talk about builds and just life and things in general. And so my gratitude towards you guys. I appreciate you watching. I'll try to keep the quality content coming, but y'all know how it is. Work, life, fun, hobbies, all these things. It's just a balancing act, right? But anyway, I'll figure it out. Take care, guys. I really do wish you the best. I don't say this superfluously. Is that the right word for it? But I genuinely mean that. Yeah, take care of yourselves. Be safe out there, and I hope you get to be really, 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 really happy and at peace today and share a ton of laughs. All right, guys. Agent Orange over and outie. Bye-bye.